me! Help! Help! Help me!
The Order welcomes you.
Oops. Forgive me. Help! Help me! Help! Help me!
On East they have. It hasn't been a problem in a few days. I don't know about West and Europe, I have no idea. But the chat bug is still here, at least I think it is. Oh, no. Chat is working. Okay. Never mind. Ooh, we got a hot IP here. Might get us a declone in here, boys. IP 104 in case somebody wants to go try for it. Hey, you're not wrong, Steven. You're definitely not wrong. Could change at any moment and could be broken forever, who knows. Yeah, I tried to jump back in about a week ago and everything was brick to hell. Yep. It's still not fantastic, if we're being honest here. As Steven was kind of pointing out there, it's still like hit or miss as to whether or not you get a queue. It's still hit or miss as to whether or not the chat bug is going to be around, you know. We just don't know. Wow, it was worth it. 100% worth. Just to convert keys to organs? No, I don't think so. There is a Uber script, but I don't think it just does what you're talking about. It goes for the kills and everything else too. Yeah, I'm on East, so no queues there.
Help! Help me!
Yep. Never know. Sorry about the thunder and lightning. If you guys are hearing that, I apologize, but it is storming like crazy, and I really enjoy it. Got my window open, and I'm gonna continue to enjoy it. So hopefully you enjoy it too. Surprised no one has come in the game? Sometimes people do, sometimes they don't. I mean, I'm not doing anything reliable here, so it's not really... A lot of people aren't going to like that. You demand, though? Well, I appreciate that. And you guys are free to join me if you want to. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, a lot of people do play in Europe too, so that might also be a part of it. Which is perfectly fine. If Europe wasn't so laggy for me, I would probably play there too. I watched your video and was successful in 8 people botting. Thanks, you're welcome. Had to sell around 60 sojas though, but totally worth it. That's crazy, that's a lot of sojas. But to get a perfect Annie, it is worth it. But you saw my luck yesterday, I think you were around, so... For me, it probably wouldn't be worth it. Here we go. Nice little unique ring there. What's it gonna be? Soj? BK? Wisp? It's probably a manhold actually, but you know, I can hope. I managed to get the bot to log the error was my brain, not the actual software. This is going to sound mean, and I don't mean it that way, but that happens a lot. A lot of people will say there's an error or a problem with the bot, but in reality, it's working the way it's intended to. Somebody just made a mistake somewhere. And I do it too. Everybody does. It's just a matter of figuring that part out. So I'm glad you did, and congratulations, that's working correctly. The Torch and Annie yesterday were absolute garbage. That was the biggest garbage fire anybody's ever seen. That's actually a good policy. You know, assume that you're the problem, not something else, because then you tend to look deeper into the issue than you would if you assume it's somebody else's problem. And people in our world, especially today, could do well to remember that. I don't just mean the game, I mean just in general. Blaming other people for your problems doesn't really solve anything. Hello, Rox. How you doing? Does the bot play by itself? It does when you're using it. I'm not using it in the stream here. But yes. I knew it was going to be a manhold. I frickin' knew it. If you want the trap GC, join this game. You can literally have it. I don't need it. The only reason I kept it is because it's worth something, and if you want it, you can totally have it. Oops. You have a problem with your bot config? What problem do you have? Maybe myself or somebody in chat can help you. A lot of really smart people in my chat and in the comments that can help you. If you keep the cube in the chest, will the bot use it to make caster amulets? Yes. 3 organs equals 2 jaws? Wow. That's... Jeez, that's crazy. Wonder why it's so expensive. It's really odd. Well, the only thing I can really say is just watch the videos carefully and go back through and double check everything. A lot of times if something isn't working, it's because there's a simple thing that you missed. So you're probably about 99% of the way there, and you probably just missed that one tiny little thing. But if you can write it out to us and let us know exactly what's wrong, we might be able to help better. Even if it's in your native tongue. I mean, I can use Google Translate, see if I can help too. I don't mind. Unfortunately, I only speak English because, haha, American don't speak other language. But yeah. Some Americans do, but usually it's because their parents do, or because they're from somewhere else, so. I was born here and I don't speak any other. I can understand Spanish and some French, but I can't speak it. And I definitely can't write or read it. But if you said some things to me, I might be able to understand it. If you have map pack, can you find out where Lilith is? I don't see why not. Although, as you can see, you kind of have to be like somewhat close to them to see where they are. Unless I'm not too familiar with Ubers, but if she's always in the same type of room, then you should be able to figure it out by just looking at the map. Well, if he wants the bot to do things by itself, he doesn't want the D2 bot map. He wants the D2 bot lead. Is it worth it to try to make a smiter to do Ubers? I think so. Yeah, for sure. I mean, usually what I do is if I'm going to run a bot, I run it at night when I go to sleep. But if I'm awake, I generally will actually play the game if I'm wanting to play. You know, if I'm doing something else, I might let it run in the background or whatever, but for the most part, I just run it at night. Like last night, I let this run for a while. Not too long, but it got to like 89 or 90, so. But my games are super duper long. Because I don't want to get a realm down. You don't need a smiter for Ubers, no. Rice Tristies, that's pretty good. Yeah, I mean the pathing it is wonky. I mean you might be able to get it working, but when I've tried it every single time without teleport, it's iffy if it's gonna do what it's supposed to do or not. It's very, you know, chancy. Do I run an 8-bot setup? No, not currently. I don't. I have in the past. If I was going to do it right now, I would do a 4-bot setup. The reason being is I don't want to have to run proxies. I could do 8, but I'd stop paying for the D2 Gamers proxies. So I'd have to go back and pay for that again in order to do 8, which I'm not really too keen on doing. I like botting, but I'm not that into it. I mostly paid for it because I wanted to see, number one, if it would work, and number two, to give my channel something to use if they want to do it. But I'm not, you know, not a big fan of spending that much money. I mean, $15 isn't a lot, but $15 is a meal or something else that I could buy later, so. Or whatever it is. $16? I can't remember exactly how much it is anymore. Do you happen to know if the crash delays override the min game time? Let me think about that for a minute. Do the crash delays min game time? I know if you crash, the min game time won't apply. And I know if you chicken, the min game time will apply, or it should apply. So I'm not 100% sure, but I would say probably. But I just don't know without actually testing it. Take that for what you will. Oh, there you go. I thought it probably would ignore it. It seemed like it would, just based on what I know from messing around in the past. Yes, they are. But like everything with Coldbot, you kind of have to just go around and mess around with it. Coldbot's one of those things that if you don't go through and just look at everything, you're kind of making a mistake there, because who knows what it is that you could be missing unless you actually go look for it. It's one of those weird things that something small can get you. Did I already go do the Countess? I don't remember. Oh jeez, that is not enough time at all. I mean, 100 seconds is like, what, a minute 40? That's nothing.
Help me. Help.
A lot of the stuff that the bots were set up for is before Blizzard implemented a lot of changes, too. So they haven't really gone back and changed anything either. Got tall runes for days. I just need one more flawless topaz, and I can try to do one of these two in the cube. I think it's tall thol P topaz for that. Pretty sure. I'm gonna toss some of this junk out. If anybody wants a T-Gods, I'm gonna throw that out too. And some chances, 39% chances. Actually, let's do... There we go. You leveled a Pele yesterday and today he has Enigma. How is that possible? Well, you see, I found 17 high runes last night. No, I'm just kidding. I used D2 JSP to get the equipment that I'm using. Jeez. Yeah, those really long bans stink. And I've had stuff like that happen to me where it's really weird. I have a CD key that specifically, if I try to run that CD key, it will flag. Oh my gosh, stupid sirens. It will flag my account for 2 weeks. Why? I have no idea. And it's only that one CD key. It doesn't say it's in use, doesn't say it's disabled, doesn't say it's banned or anything like that, but if I try to run it, automatically I'm going to get a week where I'm temped. What shield am I using? I'm just using a spirit shield. Nice. Job air low is very nice. I found a low last night, but this character's not high enough to be finding really super amazing stuff. I was surprised you even found a low because when you're under level 90, it's a lot harder to find good equipment, usually. Alright, I don't know if I care to do chaos. Just go to the next one. Get a 3-week ban on West. So are you using the same CD key that you were using on West to level on East? Just out of curiosity? Because that's not supposed to work, but if you're doing it, that'd be interesting. Interesting. You're welcome, Grayson. Glad you liked them and thank you for watching. Appreciate it. You guys are the reason I do these videos and streams and whatnot. There's just not very good explanations on the bot, so it helps when you have somebody to help you, you know. Nobody helped me. That's why I made the channel, is I kind of saw that nobody was helping each other out very well. So the ban is that I was unable to create, see, or join any games. That's not a ban. That's Battle.net being a piece of crap. They were doing that. That was going on East a couple of days ago also. I think for 3 or 4 hours, maybe 5 hours. I can't remember exactly. And then it cleared up and we were able to do create, join, and see games. So you might try it again because it's possible that that's been cleared by now. I don't know though. Hey, holiday episodes. I'm glad that you guys figured it out. And, you know, that's true. I've heard a lot of people say that, and I'm glad. I truly am, because you guys are the type of people that I don't mind botting, because you guys are not going to run 90,000 bots. I don't actually condone that, believe it or not, which would probably seem weird to some people, but I don't think that running that many bots has any other purpose other than to sell stuff. And I don't really like that very much. But many people just want to run 1 or 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 20, whatever, because they want the items. They want to create characters and they want to have fun. And that I don't really see as any problem whatsoever, personally. So, glad it worked out for you guys, and I'm glad to help. The only reason I started botting is I was working close to, it was like a 15 to 20 hour workday a lot of times, and I just didn't have time to play. But I still wanted to mess around with Diablo 2 when I got home for like an hour or two before I just completely passed out. And that was the only way I could really get anything to be able to build anything, so I'm sure I'm not the only person in that boat. It does destroy the market when people run thousands of bots. And when people complain that you're running a bot, you're one person. The one person who's running the bot isn't the problem. The guy with 20,000 Annies is the problem. The guy with 19,000 Sojas is the problem. You know, the guy running stuff to get his own equipment is not the problem. So it always kind of makes me chuckle when people complain. It's like, well, I'm not really the issue here, trust me. My queue is 18,000 long. Or wait, that's 1.8 million long. I've moved forward every 1 second, so it calculates to 21 days and 3 weeks. Jeez. Or 21 days, 3 weeks, yeah. I'm running 7 and a mule this season for the first time, and it's a blast. I bet. And that's the thing, it's really fun to just see what they find. Because it's stuff you would never find on your own, let's be real. There's just certain things in this game that if you were playing by yourself without the bot, the chances of you actually finding it are next to zero. So it's kind of neat to see those things because you actually have a chance to find them. Well, every ladder is basically the same because on every single server you're going to have the people that run just a metric shit ton of bots, and they're going to find everything they want and make a ton of forum gold, real money, whatever it is that they're after. And this has been going on for years. This isn't something new. Even before there was public bots, there was people still doing the exact same thing with private bots. So it's never gone away. It's never going to go away. I mean, Blizzard clearly doesn't care. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have any interest in preventing bots from working, clearly. Because if they did, they would have stopped it many years ago. Did you replace the Annie and Torch? I did, actually. This is not much better. I bought another unID'd one. And that one at least is 10% XP, so that's why I didn't replace it again. Because I figured, whatever, I'll just take that one. And I found this one just sitting in one of my games. I think it was a fan dropped it off or something. So, or did I buy it? I don't know. I don't remember. I might have bought it. I can't remember. Somebody dropped something off, and I can't remember what it was. But yeah, neither one are really that good. But because I'm using them for botting, I don't really care that much. I don't really like using super good items on bots because I might get banned. So I just use kind of mediocre stuff. Oh yeah, Blizzard North was the heart and soul of Diablo, and it'll never be the same again. Especially with big corporate greed at the end of the rainbow. There's just no, there's just not really a way to have a positive outlook when you're in that situation. Because their end goal is to make money basically forever. They don't do anything to bots in Diablo 2. They will occasionally do like a ninja patch, is what I like to call it, which is like a server side patch. And that will sometimes cause bots to get banned. For example, there was a glitch on D2 Atoll, which is a bot that no longer works, believe it or not, that you could glitch through the stairs in Ariat Summit so you could skip Ancients. So you could just rush yourself, essentially. They actually put in a patch to where if you did that, you would get banned. So the glitch actually still worked for a while, and they were just letting it ban people. Or there was another one where the way that Atoll took the stairs was actually some form of packet casting or teleporting or something. I don't know exactly how they were doing it, but it wasn't a normal way of going downstairs, and that got me banned too. So sometimes they do that. It just depends on what it is that they're up to. But massively large official patches, no, they don't do any of that stuff. The only way corporates listen is through our wallets. You're 100% right about that. Hey, Baboon, haven't seen you in a long time. How you doing? Oh, they make millions of dollars off of Diablo 2 CD keys, especially when they ban a bunch of them or disable a bunch of them. I have only your D2 ME. I think you mean D2 MR. That's fine though. Map hack is nice. Yeah, D2 MR. And by the way, it's not mine, guys. None of this stuff is mine. I just find the stuff and share it with you. I take no credit for it. But yeah, I mean, it works fine. D2 MR, that's what I was using. Sometimes I still use it when I'm feeling lazy. So it just, it works just fine. Some people just want map hack. They don't want anything else, and hey, that's fine. It does exactly that. I think that mouse pads would have been 1,000 times better, but it does work. Not as much as Warcraft. I'd be happy to pay a subscription for Diablo if they actually cared about it. The problem is if they want a subscription for Diablo, that means they're going to find a way to keep you playing forever, which is basically the World of Warcraft motto. If you think about it, the way they get people to keep paying for World of Warcraft is new content or changes or whatever that keep them playing indefinitely. And they're unwilling to do that with Diablo, so... And I'm kind of glad they don't, because I think that would be kind of really negative. Because I can't think of a good way to implement that in Diablo without making it absolutely horrible. I just in general I'm against subscriptions. I don't like Xbox Live. I don't like PSN Plus. I don't even like paying for Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff. I've actually gone out and bought a lot of series and Blu-rays and movies so that I don't have to use those services. Because the thing is, $15, $10, $5 a month or whatever, it's not that much, but you're paying it forever. And that adds up very quickly. You don't realize how much money you've actually spent into it until it's like 12, 15, 20, 30 months later, and you've spent hundreds of dollars. So, not a big fan of subscription services. I mean, fair enough. I understand where you're coming from. You already play Diablo, but why pay a subscription when we get to play forever for free? That's the thing. I see your logic, but still, why make me pay a subscription? Just make the game good and I'll play it. Make the game good, I'll buy multiple copies. I'll buy all your expansions. I'll buy my friends' keys. The things I just told you, I've done. So many times I've lost count. So as long as they just make the game good, they'll make plenty of money too. It's maybe not as much, which is all they care about. So that's probably why we don't see it as much. Money every month is better than money one time. And they know that. They have figured that out a long time ago. So they want those subscriptions badly. I would just like the game to get updated and treated with the respect it deserves. Definitely. My account has gone weird. 90 days supposedly not logged in. Yep, that'll do it. That will do it every single time.
Help!
It's actually not too bad. I mean, it's not 45 res, but 39's not terrible. Thought that's it. I thought that said Sir Rune. It's getting excited. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Is just like a BO Pally shield. Spirit. What's my armor on my mercenary? It is Ethereal Bugged Fortitude. I'll show you here in just a second. Not the world's best one, but it works. It got a high resistance roll, but a really low life per level roll, which is kind of unfortunate. I'd rather have it the other way around, but it gets the job done. I was hoping that'd be an F vortex. Bummer. There you go. A little hard to see, but it's only 1 life per level with 29 res, and the defense is not fantastic either. It's still a fort? Yeah, totally. Still gets the job done, you know what I mean? That's all that matters.
Help! Help me!
No, that's true. But the extra health is always welcome. It'd be like, what, 40 or 50 more health, something like that? Which, you know, probably doesn't mean anything for the most part, but makes me feel better. Two uniques, and they're both garbage. Bummer. Actually, let's go do this first.
Oops. Help me! Help me! Help! Help me! Help! Help!
Bummer. How am I doing today? I'm doing really good, man. How about you? Feeling pretty damn good today, which is not always the case. Can't complain. Okay, interesting. Not you, but the rune drops. True. You can play with a lot of cheap items, and you know, you can get away with things you wouldn't think you could get away with. I mean, look at if you watch the Sonic bot run, you can tell that's true, because usually the Sonic bot doesn't get anything good. It's usually complete junk, but it still manages to get to hell, which pretty impressive. So I used to play single player a lot, so I never had anything good really. And you can beat the whole game with rares and, you know, maybe one or two uniques that you happen to come across that aren't complete junk. Easily. Or even if they are junk sometimes, doesn't even matter. Do I need another soul rune? Yeah, we'll hold on to it. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. That was brown alert right there. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of good low rune words too. But even in Classic, like you would be surprised, even in Classic, you don't need anything that's really that great in order to get all the way through the highest difficulty in the game. There's a Whiz Spike. Haven't found one of those yet this season. I think my hammers are 12,000 damage. Let me buff up real quick and I'll check it for you, but I'm pretty sure it's 12,000 with concentration on. Yep, 12k. Do you prefer training gloves over Mage Fist since you're running Insight? Mage Fist doesn't really offer anything that Trains doesn't, I don't think. I'm trying to think of what the stats are on it. Because fire skills are worthless. You still get the faster cast rate. I can't see Mage Fist being better. That's probably why I'm using it, is just when I think about it, I can't really see why I would want to use Mage Fist. I found out with 8k I do more than enough damage, so my pally is hybrid hammer and smiter. Ah, for sure. Mage Fists don't have magic find. No, they don't. Mana regen, yeah, but with it, like you said, with Insight, you don't need it. If I wasn't running Insight, would I use it? That's actually probably where I would use it. But with my Hammer Paladins, I rarely ever don't use Insight. I mean, you burn through mana if you don't use Insight. So, if you're botting, I guess it doesn't matter as much if you burn through mana. But, it still puts you in a position where you could be out of mana. So... Oh, it was a question, sorry. No, they don't have magic find. It depends on what it is that you want to do. So a lot of people like to run their Hammered in with maximum damage rather than, you know, what's the word I'm looking for here? Rather than resource management. In my opinion, proper resource management. So Reaper's Toll's going to do way more damage than Insult. Insight. It is an insult when you're trying to get damage over the aura. Really the only good thing about Insight is the aura. Everything else about it is really not all that fantastic. It's okay. But there's plenty of other weapons that do a bunch more damage. So... if you just want to do like straight up damage and kill everything as fast as possible, have maximum cast rate and all that stuff, I think you're doing fine. Like I said, everybody runs their stuff differently. That doesn't mean I'm right and you're wrong. It just means I do it differently, that's all. So if it works for you and you're botting or playing by yourself or whatever you're doing, and it works for you, I'd say roll with it. Who cares? Tomb is an awesome weapon, man. It's hard to argue with because it's so stupidly good. Especially if you get the F3 sock, that's just disgusting. It's a disgusting weapon. So, yeah, I can't say I can, can't say I can argue. Oh my gosh, I found like 1 trillion sapphires and not a single flawless topaz. Like, where are they at? I need to order a flawless topaz off Amazon, have it sent 2 days shipping. Because apparently it's going to take me 2 days to find one. This is ridiculous. This is east. I mean, I do need one, guys, but it's not a big deal. I'll find one eventually. I'm just kind of messing around. So don't worry about it. I have perfect topaz on one of my other characters. I just don't want to transfer it. I want the game to give me a flawless topaz. Alright, let's do another one. It won't because you want one, you're 100% right. I can't even tell you how many times that's been true. Oh, I'm sorry, did you need something that you found a million of once before? Yeah, see, that's exactly what's not gonna happen. Same here, but Pluggy is just never gonna work on BattleNet. It fundamentally changes the game too much. I just don't see how they could ever get it working. I had to go buy car for 6 hours today and saw your whole vid with the leveling the pally. Hey, glad you watched it, and I'm glad you enjoyed it, because if you watched all of it, that means you must have liked it, and that makes me feel pretty good, so. The game just trolls you. That's all it is. It's RNG just absolutely destroying your life. I've heard that there is actually a way to get Pluggy to work with Colbot on single player, but every single time I ask somebody to explain it to me and how to get it to work, I never get an answer. Because I don't know how to do it. But I've heard people say, well, it does work, you're just stupid, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, so explain it to me if I'm stupid. And then they don't. So it makes me wonder if they're even telling the truth or not. So, who knows? I firmly believe it should be possible. It's like crack, though? Yeah, that's no joke. 100%. That's why we keep playing it. Ooh, nice. Materials is fantastic. Materials is one of the hardest items in the game to get. I failed to install Pluggy itself. The first time I used it, I screwed it up too, so don't feel bad. I used it on single player and transferred the character to Pluggy. Still not the same? Yeah, totally. People love to make people feel stupid. I don't get it. Yeah, that's perfectly worded. The thing is, it doesn't make me feel stupid because not knowing something doesn't make me feel stupid. You're not stupid if you don't know something. You're only stupid if you have the opportunity to learn and you choose not to. That's called willful ignorance, and that is stupid. But if you just don't know something, that doesn't make you stupid. Because once you've been given the opportunity to improve yourself, if you refuse to do so, that's on you. But if you just don't know, like if you take somebody from, say, the rural part of Africa that doesn't know anything about computers and they don't know how to run the computer, are they stupid? No, they just don't know. That's how you know they're not stupid, is because it has nothing to do with their intelligence. They probably know how to do all kinds of stuff you don't know how to do, and do it in a way that would amaze you. So it's not that they're stupid. You know, I always like to use that comparison because it's apt. It works. You know, people just have to realize that people are different. That's all. we don't know each other's walks of life and all that jazz, so don't assume somebody's stupid until they prove it to you. It sounds terrible, but it's true. Hey, there we go. Nice little drop there. Now we're talking. Not bad at all. Ooh, not the greatest of rolls. Are you involved with something that... Wait, what? Are you involved with something that's about 6 millimeters in diameter, Dark? I'm gonna say no, because I'm not really sure. Baboon, you can message me and ask me. I mean, I'll tell you that I don't think so. If you don't understand the question, you aren't. Well, now I'm curious as to what it is. Imp Shanks right here. Actually, those could have been amazing. Holy cow. I mean, it could have been me. I have a ton of videos. Like 600, 700 something videos. So it's possible it could have been me, but what was the video about? I want to know. Inquiring minds need to know. Big company in the ammunition industry? I wish. I do own lots of guns, if that tells you anything. And I do enjoy firearms. And yeah, so I potentially could have been involved, but I don't have any like sponsorships or any dealings with like any kind of company or anything like that. It's it's just my own kind of personal hobby, entertainment, whatever you want to call it. Interesting. Yeah, I've actually never heard of that, so I'm aware of the company named Hornaday, but I've never heard of ARC before. So 6mm is awfully small. I mean, even 9mm is pretty small. So I'm wondering what that is. The only thing I knew that was in that caliber would have been like a little mouse gun or something. A tiny little gun. Or it could be 223, I suppose. Because I think, let's see, 223, yeah, that would be around that size. So rifle rounds, it could be somewhat large. Is there going to be an update for Sonic before reset? I have no idea. The person that does Sonic hasn't updated it in forever. I think it's been like almost a year, so I very much doubt it. I think that they just kind of made it, and it does what it does, and that's probably about it. Unless somebody takes it and does something with it themselves, I don't think we'll see any kind of substantial changes to it or upgrades or anything like that. Doesn't seem like it anyway. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is it's somewhat close. I'm not affiliated with anybody, believe it or not. I'm not affiliated with Sonic or Colbot or D2MR. I am not affiliated with anyone. I'm my own entity. I have an AR-10 and a 1911 22. Very cool. Very cool. I mostly collect old vintage firearms and antiques. Don't get me wrong, I have modern firearms also, but I love pre-World War I era, still smokeless, World War I and World War II, and some Cold War era stuff. Just depends on what it is. But collectible stuff, more than high-end, high accuracy kind of things. I'm not interested in that. I just like the history behind the weapons and everything. Sonic is way better than Auto Smurf. Yeah, unfortunately, Auto Smurf just doesn't. It just doesn't work very well. I mean, Sonic doesn't work very well either, but at least it gets the job done eventually.
Help me.
Well, it depends, right? So, yes, it's bigger in diameter, but usually 9mm projectiles have a small case. So while that is technically true, it isn't, that's what I was getting at. That's what I was alluding to. Because usually you don't see the 9mm in a rifle form. You just see the pistol caliber stuff. I don't know if that I want this. I mean, it's not terrible, but I just don't think I'll ever use it. Do I want to keep those boots? I'm trying to think. They do have 40 mana on them. Nah. Both kept staying on Bloodmoor the whole time, never entering 10 or nothing. They were level 10 and still on Bloodmoor. Yeah, I believe it. Got a 308 for hunting and a 22 long rifle for small game practice, both Tikkas, T1 and T3. Very cool. I'm trying to think. I own scopes, but I don't think that I have them put on anything at the moment. Like I said, I'm not a big hunter. My dad, he's a huge hunter. He loves hunting. But I was never a big hunter. I never really got into that as much. Why doesn't anyone dupe anymore? Because there isn't a public dupe. So that's why. They do still dupe. But the issue is that they don't have a public dupe, so it seems like they're not duping, but trust me, they are. I live in Sweden. It's very restricted on what you can own. Oh, for sure, yeah. Hey, I'm glad Smurf worked for you. Every time I use it, I have issues with it. I have to sit there and baby it the whole time, or else it doesn't work for me. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just getting unlucky, or if I'm doing something incorrectly. I don't think so. But every time I use it, I have problems. Like substantial problems that cause the bot to just not work properly. No, it's not. It isn't really that far from 45. How though even the sites are sold out of everything? Well, the sites in general don't sell dupes, just for the most part. And most people who are buying items are buying stuff on ladder and not non-ladder. And I don't know where the people who are duping are at. So it's hard to say. And it could, I mean, I could be wrong here. There could be nobody duping anymore, but I find that very, very unlikely. Jeez, that's horrible, Bevan, and I'm very glad that it's not that way here. Here, it's pretty much the direct opposite for me. True. That I have noticed that as well. I will give you that. So it is possible that they patched all the dupes out. I don't know. It could be too that this game is just really old and those who have the dupes just don't give a crap anymore. So it's hard to say. You know what I mean? It's tough. I don't even know why they were duping in the first place, because it wasn't doing them anything that really mattered. It's not like you could sell a duped '08 Valk for like 6,000 forum gold. Yeah, it didn't really help you in any discernible way other than to have unlimited duplicates, which, you know, that's neat and everything, but in terms of wealth, I don't see how that would have really helped. I mean, I was buying unperm '08 Valks and Arcane's Valors and all sorts of Wind Forces on, I forget, there's this old website. They used to sell them for like 25 cents a pop. 25 cents. So of course I bought a bunch and made a bunch of characters. Because I was like, why not? For 25 cents, you know, for like $5 I could build an entire character full of duped items if it poofs so well. You know, it's $5. I think I've seen that video, Baboon. Pretty neat. Because there's been a lot of dupe methods out there, that's for sure. Unperm Valk is worth 3k forum gold now. That's crazy. I remember the last time that I bought one, I think they were 50. I would never buy an unperm OA Valk for 3k. I would never do that. I mean, that's insane. I mean, the only way to keep that safe is to be in a private game. And if you forget, or if you get disconnected, or if something happens, you're donezo. You know, that's, oh man. Yeah, there's just no way I would do that. See, the perm Valks were always very, very expensive. Even the clashed Valks that hadn't poofed in like, 1,000 clashes were very, very expensive. Not 150k. They were usually about 10 to 20k. So true, and a lot of accounts have been lost over the years too. You got to understand that '08 is so old. I mean, you're talking, what is that, like 2003, 2004 when '08 was out? So that, that's well over 15 years ago that those people have had to maintain those items. So I think that has a big part to play in it. If there is a dupe out there, I wish they would just release it. And I don't mean for the sake of ladder. I mean for the sake of non-ladder, so we can preserve those '08 items. It'd be nice to preserve all the '08 items forever that way. True. The chances are slimmer, but would you really want to take that chance with, 3,000 form gold? I wouldn't. That's crazy. Jeez. Did you try the dupe they released a few years back? No, I never tried any of the dupes, actually. Whiz gloves and armor. Man, I forgot all about those. I forgot those even existed. Well, like I said, even if it wasn't patched, you may not find out about it. Yes, the internet is a lot bigger now, and yes, we do find things out that we didn't used to. But when you're making tons of money, it doesn't mean that somebody's going to share it. And I don't mean selling it either. I don't mean you making dupes and selling them. I mean just having the potential to dupe is valuable. People will pay you money just to learn how to dupe. Not even to make the dupes, just to find out how. So it's hard to say whether or not there's one out there. I had so many last wishes, that's hilarious. I mean, if you were going to dupe some, that's not a bad one to dupe, let's be real. Ah, okay, yeah. I think that was 2 or 3 seasons ago. I can't remember. It's hard for me to keep track of them all. Yeah, I remember. I think we were talking about it yesterday. I know you weren't here, but there was somebody that was also talking about that. I do remember it vaguely. I don't remember how much I played that season. That was right around the time they banned me on YouTube the first time, so. For something I didn't do naturally. Well, I mean, I know you firmly believe that, but trust me when I tell you that people will sit on stuff for the longest time. And they just won't tell people because they don't want to share it. It's insane how often that happens. So it could go either way. You could be right. I'm not saying you're wrong. But my experience from playing this game literally forever is that there's always a dupe. Even if they're not using it, even if we don't know about it, there's always one. D2 proxies are a good example of people not sharing. You're not wrong. That's actually a very good example. There's actually tons of proxies that actually work right now that you don't know about. Even VPNs. People say you can't use VPNs. I've even said that you can't use VPNs. It's because it's mostly true. But there are some VPNs out there that do work. But when people find one, they're not going to share it because they don't want to lose it. So they're just going to keep that to themselves, and they're never going to tell you. For instance, if I had a working dupe, what I would do is I would buy an '08 Valk, and I would dupe it, and then I would sell like maybe one a week, one a month. I would space it out really far and in between, and make like 600,000 or 700,000 foreign gold off of it, and just keep doing that to make it look like the supply is actually lower than it truly is. It's an unlimited supply, but you would never know it's unlimited. That's the thing. So it just depends. We'll never actually know, but that's what I would do. Oh, no worries, Boo Boo. I'm sure there's a delay from me speaking, too. I'm pretty sure there is, so I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, we'll just keep that, I guess. Hold on a second here. Wouldn't you have to sell 50 plus Valks, which would be obvious to make back your 150k? No, you don't understand. You don't need to buy the 150,000 Valk. You buy the '08 Valk that's duped for 3,000. You dupe it one time, you make your forum gold back. You don't need to buy the expensive one. You don't care anyway. You're just duping a dupe of a dupe of a dupe of a dupe. So basically after the first one you sell, you make all your foreign gold back. So if you dupe one time, you've already made everything you ever spent back. You dupe 2 times, you double, and then so on and so forth. So like in a few weeks you'll have made tens of thousands of foreign gold. You could even make alt accounts, like make an alt JSP account. Or sell it privately or whatever. There's a million things you could do. Just go through and basically sell them over and over and over again. I mean, it's crazy how much nonsense you can get into. I got tired of looking. Treachery candidate. Hey, it's not over 1,000, but we'll take it. Well, really, you could dupe anything. If you think about it, that would be the only thing that you would need is just any one item. So even if the item costs, start with something that's lower. So say you dupe the '08 Valk, and then you sell it like 6 times. Now you have 6 times 3k. that's 18k. Then you buy the Tull's armor or whatever it is that sells for 10 or 20 or 30. You just keep going up and up and up from there, and you'll make hundreds of thousands. You probably have like a million forum gold in no time. The problem is it's going to start getting obvious that that's what you're doing after a while, and somebody will catch on. So you kind of have to space it out or move the forum gold to another account or be a little bit more careful so that people don't realize what it is that you're doing. They used to dupe Annies. 2010 Annies were duped to hell and back in the day. You didn't want any of those. I've dropped from 4 games so far with my 123 unperm Valk and it hasn't poofed. Remember a few years back it only took 1 game? Yeah, because everybody had one. They were a dime a dozen. Everybody had one. I had hundreds of them back then. Fair enough. I mean, I just don't think people kept up their accounts. I didn't. I had accounts full of 08s, but you got to remember that back then the 08 stuff wasn't worth anything. 50 foreign gold's not really worth me maintaining an account. That's the problem. There wasn't much incentive to keep those alive. As far as I know, the hybrids have been patched completely. There was a few seasons back. I don't remember exactly when they were working briefly, and I think they patched it again. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second, guys. There we go. Okay. It is. 08 Valk was broken. There's a reason they got rid of it. It was disgusting. A lot of the 08 items were broken. Even something as trivial as 08 Wind Force is a massive improvement over the current Wind Force. That extra dexterity makes a difference. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it's enough to where it matters. Piece of Enigma, yeah, those are really cool. Oh, it's not even an argument. It is the best traps in helm in the game. 100%. There's not even a way to argue that. It's insanely good for that purpose. I'll have a beer on me.
Help me.
I don't even think I have any beer. Got some whiskey.
Help me. Help.
It'd be really cool if Blizzard did something like they did with World of Warcraft, where you could play older Diablo 2 servers. It'd be really neat. They won't do that, but it'd be really cool if they did. True. Which is a massive amount of damage reduction. Oh, you're welcome, Steven. Glad you like it. Feels like it should be bedtime here. It's been pitch dark all day. And it's so dark out because of the storms.
Good day.
That's cool. That'd be a really neat thing to go mess around. I mean, you could always install single player 1.08, right? It's not as if it's that hard to do, but it's not the same without other people. It's more fun if you got some other people to mess around it, in the server with. I'll take storms for these damn fires. Oh, I'm not complaining, trust me. It was really super hot here for the better part of like 3 or 4 days, just unbearably hot. And then the storms just kind of came out of nowhere, so I'm very grateful. I live in a very dry climate, so I'll take a rainstorm, a snowstorm, whatever, over a sunny day any day. When you live in a dry climate, you like the rain. When you live in a wet climate, you don't like it. So it's kind of how it goes. Oh, you're from Scotland. Very cool. I'm from Arizona in the States. I don't have like much of an accent. It's probably like a California accent, if anything. We don't really have accents in Arizona. Everybody thinks we're super cowboy redneck, but not really. Some people are, and there are people that are like that, but it's not nearly as common as one might think. You can join my game if you want to. Absolutely. Why do I play on East if in Arizona? Because I've explained this a couple times. Because East has more players. Yeah, see, I think I would like Scotland because I don't mind snow and I don't mind rain at all. Living here, there's about 300 and at least 300 plus days of nothing but sunshine. No rain, no snow, not a drop of moisture whatsoever, so wouldn't bother me. West community is tighter. That's arguable. I don't really know much about it anymore. I'll be real with you. I kind of just do my own thing, so I don't really get too involved with much of anything. Good evening, sir. Nothing like a little bovine abuse to entertain. Of course. Can we PK you? I mean, I prefer you didn't. I'll probably just leave. I'm just trying to magic find. I'm not really interested in getting PK'd. No whiz gloves on East. That is true. That is true. Yeah, I mean, if you go to places like, obviously, like Alaska, Maine, Massachusetts, they're not nearly as hot. You know, those places are very cold. Minnesota, Wisconsin. You know, depending on what time of year. If you go in the summer, it can get pretty toasty still, but compared to here, it's not even the same thing. Vegas is super duper hot. I live like 4 hours, 5 hours away from Vegas. Vegas is cooler than Phoenix, Arizona, but not by much. And it is super duper toasty. If you're going to go to Vegas, go in the wintertime. Just go in the wintertime. It's still not going to be cold, but at least it won't be 1,000 degrees, and it'll be a lot more enjoyable. And there's not as many people either. For me, that's a plus. I don't really like big crowds of people, so.
I need a key.
Emmy, are you being edgy? It's okay. Show us on the doll where they touched you. No, I'm just kidding. Why you gotta PK me, man? I'm just minding my own business in a private game. The heck? Okay, my mouse just went crazy there for a second. I've been hacked, boys. They've taken control of my mouse. Oh no. I think it's actually just dirty or something. What is on this? Nothing? Okay. I can make a dream out of that. Although I don't really need a dream right now. But if I was going to, that would be a good candidate. Is it true that TMC is patched? If I knew what TMC was, perhaps I could answer. I don't know what that is, sorry. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not bothering anybody. There's no reason to PK me. I mean, some people like to be edgy or whatever, and that's fine, but be friendly. I'm being friendly.
Help! Help me!
Hey, now we're talking. Nice little unique amulet. Help me never gets old. No, it doesn't. It's kind of hilarious. This one's pretty good too.
Forgive me.
No, not that one.
Oops.
That one. That one's kind of funny. Uh, this amulet, I never liked this amulet. I mean, PVM, it's not actually that bad, but in general, it's just not really that great. Because damage to demons is actually pretty good. I don't have chat in this game. Sure don't. Ripperoni. Even the game tells me that amulet's terrible. It only sold for 3,705 gold. I'm just joking. It is kind of funny though.
Salutations.
This will be ethereal four-socketed. Or non-ethereal two-socketed. You know, same thing. Is there a way to get my bot to gamble excess gold on circlets? Yes, there is. It's actually in your character configuration file. If you go, there's actually an entire section for gambling in there. And if you go down to it, you can choose which items you gamble for.
What's this place?
If you have any other questions, if you ask me like specific questions, I'm sure I can answer for you. I can take a look at it, or somebody in chat can, whichever. But yeah, it's not too bad. The best thing to do is just like read it a couple of different times until you understand it, and if you still don't get it, just ask one of us, we'll help you.
Help!
Once you get used to the scripting and how things are worded, you'll get used to it a little bit more. IP. Okay. Yeah, it shows the IP of the game I'm in.
My brothers have saved you. What do you need?
Exactly. If you need help, just ask. There's a ton of people in here, probably more knowledgeable than I am, that could help you. Trust me. People do some insane stuff with Coldbot that even I don't know about. Because I mostly just do things that I can explain. If I can't explain something or I don't understand it, I likely have not done it. It might seem weird, but it's the truth. Tell me that's not the Cow King right here. Okay, it's not. Got Griffin Burr already. Nice. Very nice. I called that a bear rune for the longest time. I don't know why. It's clearly not bear because it's not spelled that way, but I always called it that. Of course, it's not it's a non-standard word, so I had never heard anybody say it. So I kind of just guessed at the name when I was younger, I suppose. Completely wrong, but it's fine. It's like Xmas morning. Definitely is. Definitely is. It's like the most enjoyable part is like, what did I find overnight? What kind of awesome stuff did it find for me? Don't kill the king, though. So watch out for Mr. King. I think that's it for cows. I don't remember if I did Countess or not. Go check it out real quick. Let me look at this for him for just a moment, just to make sure we're getting the correct info here. Hold on one moment. Let's see. Gambling. Where's it at? I think you just remove the slashes from in front of it. Because mine doesn't have any slashes, so I'm assuming that it would have slashes in front of it. And then also you need to go to where it says config.gamble equals, set that to true. And then you can change the gold start and stop. Pretty sure that's how you'll do it. If I wanted to get more bots going, what's the cheapest way to get additional CD keys? And does Blizzard check both D2 and LOD? So, there really isn't a good way to get cheap keys right now, unfortunately. You're probably best to just buy brand new keys off of Blizzard's website. If you already have an account through them, just make a new account and buy keys that way because it doesn't really matter. You just copy the keys and use them. Do they check both D2 and LOD? Yes, they do. If you want to make Lord of Destruction characters and if you want to use Coldbot, you will need LOD. Coldbot does require LOD, so you will need that. I have a smiter who does 200 damage. Is that too low to do Ubers? I have Last Wish and G-Face. It's not so much the damage as it is your survivability with Ubers a lot of times. I mean, it helps to kill them faster, obviously, but What other gear do you have? Mostly I've been hearing that just buying off Blizzard's website is the safest, best route. But $20 per bot seems pretty steep for a 20-year-old game. It is steep. It is expensive. But the problem is there isn't really a good alternative right now. There used to be. But there's just not a good option. Jason is spot on. Jason has it exactly correct. And then it will gamble circlets and cornets.
Help me! Help me! Help!
Anybody want that Key of Terror? I'm not going to be doing Ubers or anything, so if you want it, come to this game. Oh, what's that about? Did you find that in there? Hold up. 27. It's not terrible. 8% life leech is kind of a bummer, though. I got one. I'm good. I mean, if somebody on stream needs one, I'm good. It's funny because that's the exact same roll, just death. This is a terrible insight. I need to re-roll that. Do I have those runes for that? Wait, let me check that. Roll. We don't have a tur. Or tier. I'm not sure how you say that word. Probably tier. Rel tier, tall, soul. So I need a tall. I do have the soul. Then we would need a hell rune. I think I have a hell on one of my other characters. That's alright. Not gonna worry about it right now. Ravenfrost is incredibly important with Ubers, I think. Yeah, that's happened to me a few times. Where I'll find like a really good circlet or something, and it's barb skills, which means it's basically worthless and nobody will ever want it. There might have been a tall in cows. I'll go look real quick just in case. I got it. It was definitely in here. Jammed gold can be good if you run Wisp Protector. Interesting. The word I don't need, but the tall I did. Now what I really need is a hell and a tur. A turd!
Help me!
Give me the turd rune.
Help! Help me!
Oh yeah, 4015s, it's always hard to beat a 4015 in that case. But 4015s are not exactly common or cheap. Trying to think, I don't think I've ever found a 4015 legit. I had one once because it was duped and some dude dropped it for me. And I've bought them over the years, but I never found one legitimately before. I found like a 3815. Oh, of course. Yes, it will be. Delirium. It'll be from your picket settings. That's what it'll keep. He needs 4 more perfect Annies? Okay. You sold that thing to a high roller, clearly. Because I don't think most people are gonna need 5 perfect Annies for their builds. Most people are gonna settle. Is chat being seen only? See a different chat on the screen? The other chat is YouTube's chat. In-game chat is sort of working on some games, but the vast majority of games right now, the chat is broken. Softcore, I don't play hardcore. There's way too much lag and desync. I haven't played hardcore in forever because of that. Although some have tried to convince me lately to move over to the dark side. We'll see. A rare amulet. Not bad. And it's garbage. There's that flawless topaz I was looking for. A Eth repair armor. Played a Sork hardcore legit 85 last week. He was actually kind of fun. Yeah, for sure. I just don't want to play a character and then it get nuked because I lagged out and something one-shotted me or whatever. And it has happened to me. So... A lot of the newer games are just not that much fun as part of the problem. I mean, let's be realistic. There are good new games, sure. But this game has like an addicting type of set of features, I'll call them, that make you come back. Oh yeah, finding Wiz early on is a big deal. Really big deal. Oops. You're good, Delirium. I don't know if one of you guys can help him out with that. If not, I'll have to go look it up. I think the 7 MFSC is in the Colbot Picket. I feel like it is. I mean, I couldn't say where, but it should be in the charm section somewhere. Pretty sure it's in there. The Colton.nip. Pretty sure it's in there. Well, as they say, there are no new ideas really, and it seems like that's mostly true.
Help me.
And I don't mind rescales and remasters that much if I really like the game. But it'd be nice if we could get like a new killer app. But I guess people like playing Fortnite and Warzone better than they do these types of games, so. Don't get me wrong, I played Warzone for a little while. It bored the crap out of me after like 3 or 4 days. Or a week or whatever it was. It wasn't very long. Hey, hey. Very nice. Well, there's a lot of 90s and early 2000s games that they could either remaster or what's the other word? Where they recreate the game. Either way, there's a lot of games that have never had that treatment that they could do it to. I think eventually they will get around to it, but it's all about the Benjamins, obviously. Is it actually going to make any money when I do this? Is always the first question they're going to want to ask. So. Oh, yep, that'll do it, Troy. I didn't think to tell you that. I apologize. But that'll do it every single time. Wow, I should have known. I should have thought of that. I feel bad that I didn't think about that for you, Troy. I'm really glad you got it figured out, man. Final Fantasy VII Remake is fun. I refuse to buy it. I know that's going to sound really dumb, but I don't like episodic releases, so I'm just going to wait until it gets all done, and then I'm going to buy all the episodes at once. Which who knows how long that'll take. A year, 2 years, 3 years. I don't want to beat that part of the episode, or beat that one episode or whatever, and then I'm waiting however long for the next one. I'm going to forget the things that I saw. Well, probably not forget because I played Final Fantasy VII so many times, but the point is I don't want to do that. I don't like supporting episodic releases because I see it as kind of like a pseudo subscription type of service. It's not, but it's similar. For sure. I used to trophy hunt a lot more than I do now. I basically gave up on it. When trophies first became available on PS3, I was actually after them a lot. I platinumed. What was my first platinum? Dead Space, or was it Call of Duty World at War? Call of Duty World at War is really hard to get a platinum on, by the way. Holy smokes. That game is tough. Say what you want about Call of Duty games. That one is actually one of my more favorite ones. I enjoyed that game because there was character development and actual people that were enjoyable to watch in the game. Some goblin toes. Kind of a lower roll, I think. What's max roll? 60? 68, I think. The FromSoft games are incredibly difficult, so hats off to you for that one. I just don't like anything with subscriptions. I really dislike it. I don't like that form of payment. I want to buy something and own it. I don't want to pay it for eternity.
Help me! Help me!
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Destiny is not as bad as some of them out there, but it's high up on my list of things I don't play. Yes. It's like endless DLC. Pick up your rares? I'm lazy, I told you. It's in the title. I made it perfectly clear that I was being lazy today. I refuse to be efficient. I'm just messing with you. Halo is good. I haven't played a Halo since Halo 2. Not that I think they're bad or anything, I just haven't played them. To be fair, I just play Diablo now. I used to buy scratch tickets. Now I just MFS. It's pretty much the same idea. But I save money. That's true. That's very true. It's a lot cheaper, and you don't hate yourself after you win $0. If I wanted to get more bots going, what's the cheapest way to get additional CD keys? Yeah, I mean, there just really isn't a good way. Right now, there just isn't reliable, good sources to buy them from here. You're basically stuck with Blizzard. Because anything else I recommend, they could rip you off, and I don't want to do that.
Help me.
So, unfortunately, you're just kind of stuck with it. Unless you want to take the risk of getting ripped off.
Help me.
That's basically... that's basically the way it is right now.
Help.
Greetings.
No. Yeah, it's unfortunate. You're welcome. I mean, it wasn't much help, but it's just the way it is.
Help me.
They just aren't, like... The problem is a lot of the 16-digit keys are now not working because they've been redeemed. So if those were still working, I would say just get an old 16-digit key and, you know, you're good to go. But because so many of those don't work anymore, a lot of the key selling websites don't have any because that's what they were doing. They were reselling old keys, which, you know, that's kind of shifty too, but it works. Did I already kill him? I think I did already kill him. I feel like I did. Yeah, because I opened something there.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I don't know if it was you that mentioned it or somebody else mentioned it as well. The Tesla din. That's the second time it's been mentioned, so perhaps I should do one. I haven't actually made one of those before, but from my understanding, they're not all that different, so shouldn't be too hard to make.
Help me. Help me.
There's somebody in chat too that was saying it yesterday. Yeah, Holy Shock is really the only aura worth using most of the time. Holy Fire is kind of, yeah. I mean, it's alright. If you go full aura build, it tends to be okay, but otherwise it's kind of meh.
Forgive me. Help.
It's probably a little bit cheaper too, because then you don't have to have,
Help me.
you know, so many rune words.
Help.
Hey, too bad it's curses.
Help! Help me!
True. Any kind of Oridon or anything that's going to be using those types of items is always going to be expensive. Just too many higher ends involved.
Good day.
Can a person own more than one orc set? A character? Pretty sure you can. It's been a long time for me too, but I'm pretty sure you can. Can't find a flawless topaz to save my life, and the two dropped right here. In that one tiny little area. Figures. It would be a small charm.
The Order welcomes you.
Oh, man. Okay. Of course not.
Good afternoon.
Could have been nice. Half freeze duration with poison reduction. That's pretty cool. Not terrible.
Help! Help!
What do you need?
Junk. Let's go kill Duriel just because.
Help me! Thank you.
Pretty good drops for him. Usually he's pretty stingy. I mean, nothing good, but decent drops at least.
Help! Help me!
Nothing.
Greetings!
Alright, let's see what we got. That's a bummer. Junk. Junk. Yep. All junk. Ooh, very nice. Another mantled? Probably.
It's locked.
Uh, there we go. What's your character's name on East? I don't know why you would need to know that. But that's a weird question. Wow. Are you kidding me? Double mantled. Yikes.
Is this place? How may I be of help? Help! Help! Greetings.
Recap from yesterday. Um. Oh, like the stream? Really not much to recap. I mean, I just kind of leveled up some paladin goodness, which is what you're looking at here. I think he's 89 now.
Help me!
Oh, gear-wise. I mean, I just basically equipped him with pretty typical hammered and stuff, you know. I have never used the IP Hunter script, actually. I didn't have a full Saigons, but I was pretty close to having a full Saigons. I found this Shaco yesterday. I just decided to hold on to it. Why not? And I replaced the Annie with a different one, which was also pretty bad. And a torch, which is not the greatest torch, but it'll get the job done.
Thanks. Help! Help me!
Got essences for days. Ah. Darn windowed tabs. Hey, does Blizzard slow your character down? Wait, right, character down. If they've seen that you're botting. No. No. Sorry, that question kind of threw me for a loop. I'm not trying to be rude. I just analyzing the question. No, they don't slow you down. What gear do you have on?
It's locked.
Yeah, that's basically my thoughts on it too. If they caught you botting, they would either ban you or temp ban you. They wouldn't slow down your character. Although, if they did slow down botters, that would actually be more effective than banning them. Imagine they set your faster cast rate to like negative 6,000, and you could only cast once every like 5 minutes or something. That would actually be more effective than banning you. But they're not going to do that. I really have no idea. I've never seen what you guys are talking about. Like running slow or attacking slow? It sounds like you're talking about running slow. Do you have any faster run walk stuff on at all, or? I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what it is that would cause something like that. Because it doesn't seem to be affecting me in any way that I could tell. I used the sorceress for a good week and I didn't notice any kind of problems like that. Interesting. I have not heard of that.
Salutations.
I'd imagine it depends on which realm you're on.
Help me! Help! Help me! Thank you. Help!
Hey, hey. Now we're talking. So far, we got 2 Mantles, and I don't think I found a unique amulet yet, so I'm not sure what this will be. Oh, yeah, we did. We found Seraph's Hymn. Hopefully, it's not that again. Oh, it's worse. It's a Nokozen. Wow. That's something.
Oops.
Yeah, oops is right.
Help me.
Garbage
Help.
fire.
Help. Help. Help me.
Let's see how charged my headset is. For some reason I didn't charge last night, so that's nice. Mostly full. That'll work. I recognize your voice from the guides video. Thanks for that. You're welcome. "'Twas me. Guilty as charged."
Thanks.
Good day.
Ancestor employee of Blizzard. 30-40K a year, was paying more after they raised a month ago, so no worry, Robin Hood. So are you still working for Blizzard? Is that what you're saying? I mean, I'd be curious if you were, because that's kind of neat. Always wondered what it'd be like to work there. Especially if you've been an employee for that long. Or even if you were just an employee back then, that would have been the time to be the employee, I think. Back when Blizzard North was still around, that would have been amazing. Oh, I gotcha. Most likely because I don't think the automatic patch updating works anymore. Every time I've tried it, it errors out on me. So you should be able to just download the actual 1.14D patch and update. Pretty sure. Yeah, I got what you meant. I've had that happen to me. Like, whenever I download the official game client from the digital servers, every single time I try to do that, it does not want to update through the actual game itself. I have to download the patch, which is kind of funny because Blizzard doesn't offer the patch anymore. As far as I know, every time I go to look for the patch, I have to download it from an external source, which is kind of hilarious. So they're selling a game that they're not offering a patch for, as far as I could tell. I mean, I might be wrong and somebody might be able to find it, but I have not seen it, so let's see here. Just need a Dole rune and then we're good to go. I think I got one on my assassin. Let me check that real fast. No, she doesn't have one. I thought she did have one. I might have thrown it on a mule, though. That is possible. Okay, let's go check that too, I guess. Did I just find low? No, I found it last night. That was when I was botting with the character. That's when I found it, actually. So, I did not find it legitimately. Ooh, Sir Bear, very nice. Very, very nice. Those are some fantastic drops. Alright, let's see what roll we get here. Ohm, Vex, 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 another Vex. Did I mention Vex? Hey, look, another Vex. Yeah, I know it. I get a lot of Vexes also. That one's really good, actually. That is a really good fortitude. Good defense, good life per level, good resistances. That one's just all around good. So 122 versus, what's the one that I have on now? Versus 89. So that's a pretty significant difference. Yeah, absolutely. Um, I don't use like a fancy picket list. Mine is just an edited Colton list, so you may or may not like it. I don't put a lot of effort in my picket list because I think Colton has most of the things I would want. If anybody out there has like a really super amazing rare picket list for classic and or expansion, I would love to get my hands on one of those. But other than that, I don't do anything special. You happen to add random YouTube viewer? If you want to come into the game, you can. Yeah, absolutely. You guys can hang out with me anytime you want to in these games. You don't even need to ask. Just come on in and hang out. As long as you're cool, we won't have a problem. Oh, okay, yeah. Mine grabs way more than just high runes. The thing is this game is really high RNG, so you might get 50, 100, 200, 600 runs where that's all you find. You might just find high runes and nothing else. So it kind of just depends on the situation, really. Stupid teleporter guy. Yeah, you got what you deserved. About 2 weeks, maybe 6 to 8 high runes average a day, and I think I got 2 mage fists and 20 to 30 high runes. That's crazy. I need to find anything else. That's very unusual. Yeah, I'll send you my picket, don't worry. Like I said, it's nothing special, but hey, if it fixes your problem. Because I don't know what the deal is with that. Very unusual.
Help! Help!
Yeah, I don't need that anyway. Now, in Classic, that wouldn't be that terrible of a helmet. But in Expansion, that's terrible. I'll send it to you after the stream, AJ.
Help me! Help me! Thank you.
Hey, very nice. I have found a lot of Sojas off of Duriel. Like, a lot. I don't know why, but I've manually, if I play a lot, I find a Soja on Duriel almost every season. I'm probably jinxing myself because it's probably a manhold, but I have found quite a few. We've already had 2 manholds, so hopefully the game will be nice and not give me a third one. Oh man, what was I thinking? Here, I was thinking I was gonna get something besides mantled. Troll lol. Yeah, no problem. This is US East. I don't know what server you're on, but this is East.
Greetings.
One 800 Diablo, right? More like 1 900 Diablo. In-game chat is broken, yes. Through no fault of my own. Act 5 is usually where it's at. I mean, that's where you're going to find the best high-runs, all that good stuff, so... Where's my Jeweler's Monarch of the Mammoth? That's what I need.
The Order welcomes you.
I'm gonna make an NG. WN means what do I need? I don't really need anything, honestly. I'm just saying it'd be nice if that would have been a Jeweler's Monarch of the Mammoth. 4 sockets with life on it on a Monarch is actually worth something. Oops. I don't technically need it, but it'd fetch a nice price in JSP. Oh, chat is working. Gmod is worth a ton. That is the better version of what I'm talking about, basically. But because it actually rolled Mammoth. It didn't roll Deflecting. So I was just making a joke, basically. Sometimes you will get a Monarch of Deflecting. You just don't get the Jeweler's Monarch of Deflecting, usually.
What do you need?
There you are. Oh yeah, Zod is definitely very hard to come across. Even in Act 5, it's very rare. I have found one on stream once, but it's very uncommon, that's for sure. Yeah, it repairs itself, but it's terrible. It's too bad. Do you use the cal script? I don't, and from what I've heard, it's kind of meh at best. It doesn't work very well, from what I've been told. I don't know for certain, just that's what people have been telling me. They don't like the way it runs, so I haven't personally ran it. I don't think it has a risk of killing the king so much as it just doesn't do very well. Because I've heard that it'll just instantly exit if it gets anywhere near the king. Which is good, but then the problem is it doesn't kill all the stuff around it, so... Yeah, take that for what you will. I've heard differing things.
Good day.
I was playing when it was like really bad, the queues were really high, but it was never 4K, it was like 1,400-ish. But that was for this server, so I've heard that the other servers were a lot worse. But this one I never saw it over 1.4K. Which is good, because that's not too bad. It was only like a minute or two for that to go away, so... We survived. Yeah, only just barely. Those queue times are killer. It's not high enough life, unfortunately. If it was 20 life, somebody might get it, but the poison damage is just not good enough, sadly. As well, so both of them, I would just sell it or drop it, whichever. True, true. I don't really do LLD stuff. Now, 50 to mana. Is that something that's worth anything? I feel like it's not. Because it's not good enough, basically. Because if you had 3 SCs, it would be 60 to mana. And then you could also get other mods on top of that, so I don't think that's worth anything. Alright guys, we've been on here for 3.5 hours. I think I'm going to call it there. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It's all I ask. And you guys stay safe. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.